How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Lovely to see you.
And you too.
Barbara McNally from the PSNI. This is your first time on the sofa here.
It is indeed, yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So chill out, take your boots off, have a coffee. That's the way to do it. Yeah, weather's terrible out there
dreadful.
today.
It's an awful day, but hopefully it'll get better.
It will. You're part and parcel of our ongoing police call,
Yes.
where folk from the PSNI come in, dear friends, and they tell us of the issues that are requiring attention in our community. How long have you been in the PSNI?
12 years.
12?
12 years, most of it in Armagh.
Where does 12 years go?
I don't know.
Goodness
Very
gracious.
quickly.
And what did you do before PSNI?
I just worked, I was an office worker.
An officer?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the police any day, you know.
Yeah, well.
I'm sure it's got its advantages.
It has indeed, yes, a good job.
But police is a great job.
It is a great job.
You know, it's a wonderful job. A secure future, and you're protecting life and property, the sacred rubrics of policing.
Yes, well, we do our best, yes.
Well, sure, that's what it's about. How's things in the country these days? We're some successes with Farm Watch, haven't you? You've been catching bad people.
Yes, we have, and I believe there was a tractor recovered. Now it's in the Armagh area, just during last week, not here. But yes, we have, and I'm here to encourage farmers to sign up to Farm Watch.
And what does sign up mean? Do they have to put tracking devices on their vehicles, or what is it about?
Basically, what they can do, they can get in contact with us. We're the local neighbourhood team based in Newry, and they can do that by Facebook or Twitter or just a good old-fashioned phone call.
It was a long way from Twitter that Dick Bradley was when he came round the corner on his high Nelly bike, and we were playing in Mary Street, and we ran because the cop was going to do us down.
I'm sure, yeah.
But that's good.
So
you're all into Twitter and Facebook and all of that these days.
Well, we have one of our resident members who's very au fait with everything technology.
Is that Kenny?
So that's Kenny, yes.
He's a great fellow.
He's super.
You know,
we'd be lost without him.
Yeah, he's on the bridge deck of the TARDIS.
He is indeed,
running the whole comm system there.
He is indeed.
Yeah. So tell us how the system works, the Farm Watch scheme.
Well, basically we're asking farmers to get in touch with us, and it's a matter of filling out a small form, and we'll come out and speak with them after that. We'll tell them how they can get all their farm machinery marked with a particular code that's unique to them, and we will store that on our own database.
Yeah.
And it means then if they have some machinery that has been stolen, and we track it
it's
down.
It's like a microchip for a tractor.
That's exactly what it is, yes. It's like a neighbourhood watch scheme, but for farmers. We appreciate the devastating effects it has when farmers lose particularly very big, expensive pieces of machinery.
Yeah.
And the knock-on effect, they can't do their work.
Like those John Deeres.
Massive, yes.
Like if a woman in the country owned a John Deere, she could get herself a man awful quick.
Well, I would say she maybe would, yes. Should be all the more attractive, you'd imagine, would.
That's like the boy, he was looking for a woman, and she said, I'll send you. He says, no, just send me a photograph of the farm machinery.
Yeah, and that'll do it.
That'll do all right, you know.
But we do appreciate the serious side of it, and the fact that they can't do their work once a big piece of machinery goes.
But where does is this stuff being stolen to order?
Well, that's something we can't be sure of, and I would encourage anybody who has a very expensive piece of machinery, first of all, to lock it away as best you can if you're not using it.
Yeah.
A tracker device is excellent if you could get one of those fitted.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure that's not that expensive.
Well, I imagine now that it's not too dear. I mean, when you put it off against the cost of a £70,000 piece of machinery,
absolutely,
you know, it makes a bit more financial sense to have a tracker fitted into it.
Absolutely. So that's all ongoing, and as I say, you've had some successes. I love the story where the boys were coming back to pick up the tractor.
Yes.
And your guys were there and said, hello. Oh, yes, this is plum, you're nabbed.
Yeah.
That was it, you're nicked.
Well, that is more of a success story, yes, and we'd like to see more of them.
More of that.
I'd like to encourage people, if they see anything suspicious, any suspicious vehicles about, if they pick up the phone and give us a ring.
Yeah, but that business, it's a worrying thing sometimes for folk to pick up the phone and give you a ring. Because number one, they think that they're going to look foolish if it's a false alarm.
Yes.
And they don't like looking foolish. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's no such thing. We have no issue at all. We'll go out, if somebody in good faith rings us and feels that there's something just not quite right, we have no issue at all. If they don't want to ring us, Crime Stoppers is there. They don't have to leave any name, address, anything else, but we would encourage them to use their local police.
Yeah, to go
and to ring.
Do that. My observation, we move into drinking area. Every time I look at it's in the Newry Reporter today, the court cases.
Yes.
If there's violence, 9 times out of 10 there's booze.
Yes.
People don't know what to be doing, you know, they can't handle it.
Well, alcohol's there, I feel, it's there to be enjoyed and not to be abused, and unfortunately, particularly very recently, I'm loath to use the word craze with this necking.
Oh, that's a crazy thing.
And I would just completely discourage anybody from either encouraging anybody else to do it or taking part in it themselves.
Necking is usually the thing I manage to do with a beautiful woman after I had half a bottle of wine. I do all the necking I can then. I'm only joking. Honestly, darling, I do some.
Unfortunately, it's taken on a new meaning just at the minute, so would like to discourage
and you see, the awful thing is the drunk man propels himself into danger.
Yes.
And that was the case in Carlow when the boy went into the river.
That's exactly
His brother went in after him. His brother had him, was holding him.
Yeah.
And he said, no, and he broke out of it. And away he went, he was lost.
Yeah, it's the effect that alcohol has on your brain, unfortunately. So
I remember once doing an overnight with your lot in Newry on a Saturday night.
Yes.
Maybe Friday, Saturday night, that was it. And I was doing a double-page spread for the Newry Democrat.
Yes.
There I was. And we were down at 3 o'clock in the morning on the quay. And they were going mad. They were into Francis Street. They were going totally buck mad. There's no two ways about it. But we stopped then, and there was a man across the canal, outside the bus station, on the water side of the railings, shouting over at his girlfriend on this side of the canal. And he's shouting, I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to kill myself. And he's taking the clothes off. And we're standing there looking on. And at this stage, because I'm a swimmer, I had everything loosened and ready to go in if I needed to go in. I'm going to kill myself. Oh, darling, don't, she says, don't do it. Don't, I love you, I love you. And this has gone on for 5 minutes.
Yes.
And I love you, I'm going to kill. And she suddenly stopped. She says, am I mad? She says, I'm totally mad. I'm going to marry that bastard in 6 weeks' time. Suddenly the penny dropped. She says, what's going on? What's going on here? But is Newry still bad with nighttime drinking?
Well, I wouldn't say it's bad. Now, my colleagues and myself are out to 3 o'clock on Sunday morning, and the majority of people are very well behaved. They're just going out for a night out and something to eat and go home.
Go home, and that's
now, there is obviously the odd one or two, you know, that, and we're always going to get that, but that's what the police are there for, too.
Absolutely.
To ensure that...
You told me you were nervous about this.
Yes, I was.
Can I say something about body language now?
No, not
You're totally relaxed.
Okay.
Look at you. Look at it. Kenny's laughing there.
That's worrying me too.
Oh, not a bit. You're A1. You're A1 there. What about you're working out closely with the new community wardens, the people who are on the street?
Yes, we are indeed.
How's that working?
That's working very well.
Yeah.
We link in with them on a Friday and Saturday evening.
Yeah.
And they're an extra pair of eyes and ears for us on the street, and they have been absolutely fantastic.
That's good.
We're having a great working relationship with them.
And the amount of irresponsible drinking, what level is it at in the community?
Well, now, as I say, I was out the early hours on Sunday morning, and there was very little. Everybody was in good humour.
You see, 10 years ago when I did that article, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was very different.
Well, it can change, depends on groups of people and the amount of drink that maybe they've taken, but they were all engaging with us and a bit of crack too, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's the nonsense. Let me wear your hat and I take a photograph of you with that on.
Yes, particularly the young females seem to like a few of my colleagues not too far away from them.
I understand.
Yes,
he's a very handsome fellow.
Yes,
I say.
A few of them.
Look at him there.
Yes.
And would he be compliant in their wishes?
Well, he pretends not to be, but I have my doubts, I have to say. I have my doubts.
So then we head into the direction of driving. I saw a thing, I read it on the news this morning. The Americans, they're coming up with a technology which will build a kind of ray beam into the car in the future, and that this radio beam goes out, and it is able to transmit back, like radar, back to the car. You are in danger of a collision.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're taking this to a new level now.
They are indeed.
Because we just kill we just wipe ourselves out on the roads.
Well, it is very worrying already this year. 8 people have lost their lives.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely dreadful for the families.
A lot of it in our area.
We've had 3 quite recently, just in our own area. For the families involved, totally and utterly devastating. So it's a dreadful waste, and I would just encourage all of us to slow down when we're out on the roads and pay more attention.
I want you to promise me, if ever you catch me speeding, I want you to give me a ticket and a signed letter saying that my car, which is a Mr. Bean Mobile 10 years old, can actually go at that speed.
Can go over 60.
I don't take it over 60 because it's nice to... When you get a certain age in life, you're chilled with things. You're not racing. But yesterday I had to go to Lisburn for a funeral event, and in Lisburn yesterday, and the weather. Now, I haven't been driving that road, the main road between Newry and Lisburn, in years and years and years and years. When you're away from it for a wee while, it's a wee bit more difficult to get back into the way of it again. Of course it is,
yeah. You feel that the road's changed, yes, it has, and particularly in the weather we're having now, there's a lot of, water on the surface of the road, and just encourage everybody to slow down.
Absolutely. And it is about the greater the speed, the more the problem.
It really is, and we see it on our TVs all the time, but it's completely and utterly devastating for those who are left behind.
Absolutely. It's not much fun for the one who goes
either.
No,
it is not, indeed.
That's not going out any more Saturday nights.
It's absolutely
dreadful.
Goodness
gracious, absolutely. The Mourne Mountain Adventure. What's that about,
Yes, this is something that I can't take any credit for. My colleagues have done before I arrived in Newry.
When did you arrive?
I arrived in November.
They need you in Newry.
Well.
No, they do, because we desperately needed a police officer in Newry who would wear pink socks.
That's all right, thank you. Funny, I was thinking about that when it was coming out, so.
But they're warm, I'd say.
They're very warm,
that's the way you keep it.
Rowan, they're very warm.
But it's very good to do that, because it puts people at their ease.
Well, does it? Well, then
there's one or two things could happen. You could take the baton out and hammer them on the head, you see, or you can show them a bit of your ankle in the pink sock, and then they'll feel more chilled.
I'll try that one then, It's a multi-agency event that's organised for young people between the ages of 13 and 18, and it's involving a whole lot of agencies, the fire service, the Blue Lamp, I think I'm right in Kenny.
What do? You take them into the Mournes and get rid of them?
No, we're not going to get rid of them. They're going for a walk, first of all, I believe, in the Mournes, followed by a trip to the Silent Valley.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of activities going on there, and then some entertainment and some food. Yeah. And it's basically getting the young people to engage with each other and ourselves.
And are these young people on the edge of legal society? Are they problematic?
No, they're just youth groups who have came forward. And my colleagues have linked in with them and
is it both the Catholics and the Protestants?
It's completely across the board. There's so we're looking forward to that. It's on the 26th of April now. It's fully booked for this year. But I encourage anybody to
but it might
keep an eye out for next year.
It might give them the enthusiasm. Do you know what really sickens me? Young people say, there's nothing for us to do. Well, there's the whole range of the mountains of Mourne there, for goodness sake.
We have
they can get involved and go walk in it and go discover it and all of that.
Beautiful countryside on our doorstep that we feel to enjoy. So we're hoping for a good day, and the police will be well involved in it as well. Ourselves are going.
It's all great. Well done. Well done. How's Davy Beck?
He's very well.
He told me to call him Davy, by the way. I'm not being cheeky here.
Yes.
Mr. Beck, sir, how are you?
He's chief of
wish you good luck when Matt goes. All the very best to you. We got friends in high places.
Oh, indeed,
Is that a Gareth Brooks song? Friends in low places.
Low places, yes. I think there's been a big demand for
Did you buy a ticket?
No, I didn't.
They're going to be on sale tomorrow again.
I have to say,
yes. A final chance.
I think there was one.
Can you imagine anything worse than standing in a packed Croke Park to hear this pea-sized fellow in the distance singing songs that you've heard magnificently on CDs?
Well, I imagine they'll maybe have big screens and all from it. I don't want to offend any Gareth Brooks fans.
Do you really want to watch it on a big screen? No, you don't. You want to be close up and see him and get to the...
I imagine the atmosphere will be good at it.
I suppose so. You've been very kind to them.
Well, I'm trying my best to be as diplomatic.
Did you escape all the rubbish of Belfast when you had to go down and confront the rioters and all the rest of it?
Well, fortunately for myself, no, I hadn't to go to Belfast, but I know a lot of my colleagues did, and it's been long hours away from home and their families, and long difficult hours.
And did you not go because you're a woman? How dare I say that?
No, not at all.
Let's put that one to bed immediately.
It's got nothing to do with my gender whatsoever. No,
that's good.
It's depending on your level of...
women are there in the front line as well.
Loads of our colleagues are females under there, yes, and holding their own. But
I know you are.
It's very difficult. It's a very difficult situation, so...
Madness. But anyway,
we're trying our best.
It's been like a fly on the inside of a lambeg drum on the 12th of July. Bang, 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 bang. You'll be tortured. But they're all trying. The good people, the politicians are doing their best, and that's good.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope for a peaceful marching season.
Wouldn't it be great? It's
fabulous.
It's around the corner again.
It's scary, isn't it? How quickly
we just get out of it.
I know. How quickly it'll come again.
I want to go back to Daddy Christmas. That's what I want to do. Yeah. So listen, what have you got on today? What's happening?
Well, today I'm out with my colleague Kenny with a few bits and pieces to do. Called a few local businesses and just just generally doing our neighbourhood, our duties, which, you know, are engaging with people like yourself and just members of the community as
so
well.
we'll remind the folk it's the Farm Watch thing. We want to be
Farm
careful
Watch,
with that.
particularly this month, we're focusing a lot on it. We've dedicated patrols out round more rural areas, and I'd really encourage anybody, if they see anything at all, to give us a ring, and please don't be thinking, you know, oh, it's just my neighbour and I've made a mistake. It doesn't matter. We'll respond as best we can.
Responsible drinking?
Please.
Important.
Definitely. Very, very important, particularly in light of the 2 deaths.
Okay, and slowing down.
Slowing down. I don't think we've seen the worst of the winter yet, so we need to be very careful, both with ice and snow, and particularly this morning it's very wet.
And we wish you good luck with the Mourne Mountain adventure.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Dear bless you.
Thank you.
Take well.
Thank you.
Come back again.
I will
Our
indeed.
Scottish neighbours say, haste ye back.
I will indeed.
So that's it. And when you haste back, bring a haggis with you.
I will.
And we'll cook it and have it here. Some music for you now, dear girl.
Thank you.